March 11th, 1943, 02:14 a.m., North Atlantic, 400 miles south of Iceland. The sea is black glass under a low, bruised sky, and the wind is a knife that finds every seam in your oilskins. Inside U-432, Kapitänleutnant Hermann Eckart stands hunched over the chart table, red lamp painting his face the color of fresh blood. The boat rolls hard, 30 degrees port, then starboard. Diesel fumes thick enough to chew. His men call this weather U-boat weather, the kind that hides steel wolves from the hunters above. Eckart allows himself a thin smile. 24 hours ago, his T-5 acoustic torpedoes tore the heart out of convoy HX-228. 7 ships confirmed, 49,000 tons. Berlin will be pleased. The watch officer, Oberleutnant zur See Klaus Richter, hands him a fresh mug of ersatz coffee. The Tommies still think depth charges are the answer, Richter laughs. Let them drop their little eggs. We just go deep and laugh. Up on the bridge, the lookouts stamp frozen feet and peer into the darkness. Nothing. No stars, no moon, no escort silhouettes. Just the hiss of spray and the low growl of the diesels pushing them west at 17 knots on the surface, batteries charging for the next attack. They never see HMS Harvester coming. At 02:19, the destroyer's radar operator spots a blip at 9 miles. Captain A.R. Heslett doesn't hesitate. Action stations. The klaxon howls through the ship like a wounded animal. Harvester turns hard, bow slicing through 10-foot swells, racing to intercept. Below, in U-432's control room, the hydrophone operator suddenly jerks upright. Noise ahead! High-speed screws! Eckart's smile dies. Crash dive! Alarm! The boat tilts violently, men sliding down ladders, valves spinning, diesels cut, electrics kick in. 70 seconds to 60 meters. The hull groans as pressure bites. Water cascades from the tower as the hatch slams shut. Eckart wipes condensation from his face. They can't have seen us, not in this sea. Richter forces a grin. Even if they did, they only have depth charges. We'll sit it out at 200 meters, like always. They have no idea the rules just changed forever. High above, Harvester's forward throwers arc into the night. Not the old barrel-shaped depth charges that sink slow and explode at preset depths. Something new. 24 small bombs, 35 pounds of Torpex each, fired in an elliptical pattern 250 yards ahead of the ship. They hit the water exactly where U-432 is sliding beneath the waves. The first contact detonates at 02:23:40, a bone-shaking crack that punches the pressure hull like Thor's hammer. Lights shatter, men are hurled from their feet. A second mortar finds the boat, then a third. Torpex is twice as powerful as TNT. The shockwave travels through water like a solid wall. Inside the control room, glass gauges explode. The depth gauge needle spins past 120 meters. Eckart grabs the periscope support as another blast rips the boat sideways. Blow all tanks! Emergency surface! But the Hedgehog doesn't miss the way depth charges do. It only explodes on contact. And it's still firing. 16 hits in 30 seconds. The forward torpedo room collapses inward. Seawater roars in at 1,000 gallons a second. Men scream as the deck tilts to 45 degrees. The lights die. Only the red battle lamps remain, painting everything in hellish crimson. Eckart's last order is calm, almost gentle. Abandon boat. U-432 breaks the surface one final time, bow first, stern already gone. Men spill out onto the casing, slipping on oil and blood. Harvester's searchlight pins them like insects. The destroyer doesn't even slow down. She steams past at 28 knots, already hunting the next contact. 41 men from U-432 make it into the freezing water. Only 20 will be alive when dawn comes. Back in Lorient, Admiral Donitz stares at the loss board. One line in red ink. U-432. Cause unknown. Total loss. He asks his staff what could have done this. No one has an answer yet. But the Hedgehog is only the beginning. April 1943. The Atlantic is turning from hunting ground to graveyard. Convoy ONS-5, 43 merchant ships crawling through a full gale. Winds 60 knots, waves 30 feet high. The worst storm in 20 years. Perfect U-boat weather. Donitz throws everything into the slaughter. 41 boats in 3 patrol lines codenamed Star, Amsel, and Specht. They call it the greatest wolf pack ever assembled. Korvettenkapitän Adolf Ulrich in U-731 is one of the first to sight the convoy. He sends the signal every U-boat commander dreams of. Convoy Square, AK 5592, course 220, speed 7 knots, many targets. Within hours the sea is alive with periscopes. Torpedoes streak beneath the waves. 6 ships go down the first night, 7 more the second. The escorts are overwhelmed. Radio messages from the merchants are pure panic. We are being murdered. But something strange is happening. HMS Loosestrife, a humble Flower-class corvette, picks up a firm contact at 1,800 yards. Lieutenant R.C. Freaker orders Hedgehog. 24 bombs arc into the night. Contact. A colossal underwater explosion lights the sea from beneath like green fire. Oil and wreckage erupt to win it later. U-638 is gone. No survivors. 2 hours later, HMS Sunflower does the same to U-533. Then HMS Snowflake to U-381. 3 U-boats obliterated in 6 hours, all by the same silent weapon. The Wolfpack commanders can't understand it. No depth charge patterns, no warning splashes, just sudden, total destruction. Kapitänleutnant Siegfried von Forstner in U-402 radios Donitz in despair. Enemy has new weapon. Contact lost immediately after attack. No chance to escape. Donitz reads the message and feels ice crawl down his spine. For the first time since 1939, the hunters are the ones being hunted. May 1943, the turning point everyone will later call Black May. In 31 days, the Kriegsmarine loses 41 U-boats, one every 18 hours. Crew losses, over 2,000 men. In the control room of U-209, Kapitänleutnant Heinrich Proda hears the now familiar whoosh overhead. He has time for one sentence before the world ends. Mein Gott, it's the Eagle again! Eagle, porcupine, the nickname the crews give the Hedgehog, because once its spines touch you, you die. On May 19th, Donitz makes the hardest decision of his life. He pulls every U-boat south of Greenland out of the North Atlantic convoy routes. The Great Wolfpack offensive is over. The Battle of the Atlantic will drag on for 2 more years, but the decisive moment, the moment Britain stops starving and America starts winning, happens in those frozen, storm-lashed weeks of May 1943. And it is decided not by battleships or aircraft carriers, but by a squat little mortar that looks like a metal bed frame bolted to a destroyer's foredeck. A weapon that never missed when it mattered. A weapon that turned laughter into silence beneath the waves.